Hello everybody all over the world. Welcome to the first HiGPS of 2019. I just had to make sure I got the year right in case I forgot. So I've been busy doing other stuff, doing the Overwatch and development on the balance mod and stuff like that, as well as other stuff happening in and out of the computer world, keeping me busy with stuff. But today we are going to be looking at the Scout basics. And what are the Scout basics? Well, I've written them down on my whiteboard, which is almost out of the marker ink. So the basics is, of course, as a scout, you gotta use your speed. You're the fastest class in the game. You got double jump. You gotta use this speed efficiently. That is the one basic thing that you should always do. Like if you're not running or using your speed properly, if you're standing a lot still and just waiting for stuff, you might not be playing Scout correctly unless you're playing some bullshit format like Sixes or Highlander. And of course, it's always to get kills. Of course, you can kill most classes, like a heavy, you can kill with 3 shots, like so. Demo and Soldier and the others is with 2. And 2 with these guys. You can also stand further back. Like you can stand pretty far back actually and still get kills, depending on how you hit your shots. And medics, for instance, if you stand at like this distance, and you keep shooting at him, eventually he will die and you will reload. So you don't have to be in their face all the time. You can just stand a little bit in the back and do that stuff. And second of all, it's the most important part of all, is to actually do the objective. Because if you're not doing the objective, you're playing Two Fort or something along those lines. So we got a lot of submissions today. So first off, we're gonna look at someone we haven't seen in a long time, and it's our boy Enigmas, and he always sends us the best crafted stuff that you will ever see. And I have to say, I've never ever seen anything quite like this, even for Enigmas, if that tells you anything. And if you're new to the show and you're not aware of who this man is, boy oh boy, are you in for a treat. So we're just gonna wait for a setup to start and pay no attention to the top bar. And they're just gonna go out here. You know, of course it's a Scout episode, so they will be facing Scouts. Next up is Rattle Wrench, and we haven't seen him in a while, so he's returned, so that's great, and he's going to show us some good spacing when playing the Scout Boy. He's also using the Atomizer, which is not really important. You could use whatever loadout you wanted in this episode, so we can hear that there's a sentry up there, and of course, Scout sucks against sentries, basically. Like, the sentries are basically your counter that you have to take care of. So he helps take care of this, and then you have a Pyro that just kind of stands by, and then a rocket kills him from the side, and oh, a Spy, and another Pyro. Look at this. He keeps his distance away from the Pyro because keep in mind, you are faster than everyone else. It's like, but what if a soldier or demo man like jumps you? And it's like, yeah, but they lose health when they do that. So if a scout or if a soldier catches up to a scout or a demo man does, they're never at full health. Something to keep in mind. So he's just staying back here, of course going inside. There is a death trap, because keep in mind you do want to use your mobility. Oh shit, a sentry, holy shit. So here, the difference between what I would have done and what Rattle Wrench does is very different from the thing. So here's what I would have done as a scout. I would have been, my job is to do the objective. I will suicide on the cart and push it half a meter and then die and say, well, that was a good life done, let's respawn and do the next one. But Rattle Wrench, he's like, nope, I'm gonna do that. So there's a couple of things that limits your mobility as a scout. One of them is a sentry. Second is walls, and like tight spaces like this. Like inside those tight corridors like this, pyros, demos, and soldiers, and God know what else can do this, but... Okay, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Who will win, an unsupervised sentry or Rattle Wrench? I got it, and got the demo. Oh shit, another sentry. 2 health, holy shit. But he did use his speed to go around, get the sentry and a demo by himself, and then push the cart, and then he died. So effectively, Rattle Wrench did a lot there through push to that choke as a scout, because scout on attack is basically just cart duty for the most part. There's really not a whole lot of flanking routes, and because of the way the map's played, and given how many people there are present in casual, scouts can be a lot limited in payload, especially on attack. So let's go on and look at defense-wise, and we'll see that Rattle Wrench is going to be a bit passive in this game. So he is just keeping his distance, and keep in mind, if you've ever seen if you're like getting tricked stabbed by spies, just keep in mind that you are faster than the scout. So here, this is what I like. So this heavy is shooting at the wall, and if this heavy faces you, you're gonna die pretty much. So I like what Rattle Wrench is doing here. He's keeping his distance, just doing some pot shot damage, and then he reloads, and then he gets back. And of course the medic's like, I'm very busy healing this soldier. And then he goes back, grabs the health, goes back up again, and holy shit! Oh, dude, is that a spy? I wonder if that's a spy. Throw the milk. Well, the spy is not, predictable, because he just seems to be pushing buttons. Also using the atomizer to get up there. And okay, Rattle Wrench is going around. So let's see here. So his job isn't to just run into the enemy and die. So there was the heavy, and let's see what we see here. So already 3v1 situation here, but we have a spy in the front here. This sniper guy is not fooling anyone, but Rattle Wrench is not pressuring him. And then the spy got a kill. Rattle Wrench, that life is in your hands. And then of course, you should always be aware of elevated areas plus spy equals most likely the spy is going to try and trick stab you or like jump over your head. And basically what you do is you just stop moving and you just go, you backpedal, and you create distance between you and the spy. If the spy tries to like jump over you, you just go, and then you just kill him, because spies suck in general when they're in front of you. So don't give them the luxury of actually doing that. So if you ever seen like a montage of a spy doing like crazy trick stabs, most likely it's because the other people just walked into him or tried to melee him, which is a bad idea against spies who can manipulate the game engine to stab you in the back from the front. So just don't do that, just shoot them. You have guns for it. So then he's just hiding back here. He hasn't really been able to do too much of stopping the enemy team because there isn't really a whole lot of flanking routes, because there are walls and the spaces aren't really that open. And that was a random crit that killed our friend. And then we throw the Girardi. Keep in mind, Mad Milk is the fastest debuff to get removed by just simply healing. It doesn't last as long as Girardi. And then we see Rattle Wrench is still holding back here. So at this point in time, like as a scout, what the fuck can you do, right? There's like, all the blues are in a tight hallway. There's no route to flank except if you go up top and around and stuff. But you can see here, there's really no room for you to do much as a scout in this situation. So right now, Rattle Wrench is doing the right thing. He's just standing back and trying to heal up because there actually is no openings. And his team isn't really creating anyone either. Like they don't have a heavy, and most of their team are usually dead. So here we see Rattle Wrench just jumping over here. And then he goes to the side, but then he meets his mortal enemy, the mini sentry. Oh, fuck. What can Rattle Wrench do in this position? Well, he has 90 health, and if he runs forward, he's gonna fucking die. So what does he do? He just kind of backs out of there. That's a great call because you don't want to 1v1 a sentry unless you can get it from behind. Then he uses the Mad Milk to heal up, and then he goes back because the heavy has the payload, and there's literally 3 guys, so it's 3v1. So he backs out of there, and of course the mini sentries are just ever going closer. Like, what can you do here? He has milk. If he had a pistol, then maybe something would have done, but he doesn't get any heals from the medic. All right, there he does. And now Rattle Wrench, is the frontline defense of his entire team. So if we take a look and we see who else is here, it's him, the medic, and an engineer that has maybe built something nowhere. Okay, cool. So in this position, Rattle Wrench is in a bit of a stretch, and if he tried to go in close to do some more proper damage, he would fucking die. So he's doing the right thing, being very passive, and in situations like this, you don't have much choice. So then... Oh, the medic burned to death. I mean, I would almost say like, man, Rattle Wrench, that was on you. You should have thrown the mad milk onto the medic, and then the medic would have lived. However, if you look in the kill feed, you can see that the medic actually used, where's the weapon? Where is it? There it is. You see, he actually used the Blutsauger, and if we look at the Blutsauger, it actually gives you less health drain per second. So if you're a Blutsauger user, you're basically saying, please, Afterburn, kill me. No, nothing bad on Rattle Wrench there. The medic actually wanted to die, and if he used the Vitasaw, he would like super die. So here he calls incoming. He got hit by something, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna wait here, and then probably shoot and drop down. But the whatever was here isn't coming. So here, for the first time, Rattle Wrench's like, oh, there's a demo there. All right, cool. The demo hasn't seen us. Yes, his back turned towards us. There is no one else around. I mean, the cart is moving. But we could potentially get this demo man, which is good against our sentries, which are defending. So now I would love for Rattle Wrench to just get in there, kill, die, and then that's the end of it. But let's see what Rattle Wrench does. He does 8 damage and then 7. So a good chunk of damage there. And then, of course, I think the heavy knows that he's there for some reason. The heavy dies, and then he could jump in back behind this heavy, because that heavy probably wouldn't have turned around in time. And then he meets this demo, and he misses the shots, and he only has 2 left. They need 15 damage, and a second shot won't be enough to kill him. But then he goes around behind the enemy lines, and there's a sniper. And we did 180 the second time around. And there's another sniper. And the medic. The medic is on fire. He has gibbous vision and a Manco cap, and he's holding that stupid Halloween thing. But is Rattle Wrench gonna chase him and kill him? Keep in mind that if you kill a medic and then die, it's always worth it. But the engineer that is carrying a building is too scary for Rattle Wrench, and he just kind of backs out of there, so. A bit too passive there, bro. I would have liked you to go through that medic and use your speed, because you are faster than him. And now the medic's gonna be healing that heavy, and now the heavy's in the front, and now you're dead! Idiot! And the heavy has a bread for a head. Is he alive or is he dead? Is Mr. Heavy has bread for a head? He's not dead. So that was Rattle Wrench, 2 very different takes there on the scout. He was doing the basics, which was using his speed, he was getting kills, and he was doing the objective. Granted, on defense, it's very difficult when you as a scout have to be the front line. You're more of a support in a lot of ways, because you will die to a lot. But here we have Andrezen, and he is playing on Turbine, which is a great map. But he's actually applying a lot of strategies. Of course, Scout is one of the best classes in Capture the Flag, because you're the fastest, you can just run and get the intel at any point in time, whenever you feel like it. So that is exactly what he just runs in and gets it. And then he meets another Scout, and he also has the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, so he can heal up if he hits, and then that fucker grabs the thing. Now he's in a very safe spot, and he takes no chances. Gonna drop the intel outside of the spawn, pick it up again, and then go and deliver it.
Easy operation.
So far, 1 for the team, and now let's see what we do here. So, now the enemy team, the red team, is doing something unheard of, and that is that they're adapting to what you just did. So you just ran in and took the intel, and they were like, we don't like that. You took it the first time, I'm not gonna be able to take it the second time. And then he goes in and misses a couple of shots. Oh, level 2 sentry. Okay, so if he would have gone in, he would have died to that sentry. All right, so let me see if I can bring up this this here picture. Okay. Let's see here. So here we have, this is actually submitted by Rattle Wrench. If we go over to the monitor. If you look here, you can see that this is usually what you get killed by as a scout. And you can see there's a lot of sentries, right? So keep that in mind. That sentries fucking kill you. So great work there by Andresen. Not going in there. He has a medic. He has a demo that could, at any point in time, just go right and shoot that sentry. That is the only thing preventing Andresen from doing the objective, right? But where's the demo? What is he doing? He is in the back line. Calling for medic. Okay, so he was hurt. And then he, everything just kind of fell apart there. Not entirely sure whose fault it is, but it's definitely not Andresen because he was shut down for doing it. So we're gonna blame it on the demo for being dumb. A dumb demo. A demo, if you'd like. So he goes back all the way to spawn, and then he's like, fuck this. There's a sentry. I'm gonna use bonk. He kills the Pyro, runs back to spawn. Okay. So he's trying to do the objective, and he's like, the only thing preventing me from doing anything is actually the sentry. What is good against sentry that I have as a scout without having to switch class? Well, I guess bonk. I could run in the front, take the pushback and the aggro, allowing my team to easily destroy the sentry. That's a plan. That's a great plan. And then there's a demo and he just kills. And then there's another scout and he's like, well, the medic's here. And then I'm gonna clear out this area here. And throws this. Doesn't quite hit him. There's a Pyro wanting a high five. Does have the bomb still. Bully the demo out of there as they retake this. So occupying space is also very important. You can see that they bullied the team, red team, out of the middle without really killing them. And that is something you can do. I think, did he just hit, what? I must have missed that the first time around. Did he hit the demo man's bomb with the Rap Assassin? Did I see that right? Guys. Dudes. Bros. Hold on. Let's see if we can go forward here. So he goes in and there we go. Okay. So we're almost where we were. He hit the fucking pipe bomb from the demo.
What?
Okay. Andresen is the winner. He's won the game, obviously. Holy shit. Okay, so that's like a cool demo man denial technique, is that you use the Rap Assassin to just deny any kind of sticky bombs, preventing him from using a clip, so you actually debuff the demo to only have 3 instead of 4, and it's like a really good strategy, but you have to be as good as Andresen to pull it off, because that was a 1000% intentional. Holy shit, dude. Okay, so back to the plan. All right, so going through there is not going to be very easy, and he's standing still. What he's doing, he's like, guys push, I'll tank with bonk. Punctuation is probably important, but he's going to do it. So he's going to be, he will tank with bonk, and he wants the guy to push. So then, of course, his team decides to run into the enemy spawn and die? Yes, that's it. And then the medic just kind of panic pops and he's like, oh, fuck, all right, shit, let's go. Where's the sentry? Medic, get the intel. I'm gonna tank for you, medic. All you have to do is grab the intel. And he's trying, and there's a bunch of guys that wouldn't have worked. And then shit. Fuck, shit. Oh no, we have the downtime from, and then we died. Ugh. There was most definitely an attempt at teamwork there. I have to say, it was like, he said it in chat and then he tried to do it, but his team was like, yeah, the enemy spawn is here, which we will most likely die, so we will attack into the spawn and die. But I gotta tell you that hitting the demo pipe, scout confirmed hard counter if using the Rap Assassin. Cool. So that was Andresen doing what he could. So you can see sometimes just enemy defenses, especially sentries, will be enough to counter you, so as you might have to switch. There was a shit ton of you that played Harvest today. And this is Electric Maze, and he is just running it here. He's also using the Rap Assassin, of course known as a demo counter. And he uses the pistol, despite being at full health. That's fine. And then he should Please switch to a scattergun and reload that. That's also important. The enemy team has the point. And then he's just gonna go and see what they have. We have a heavy there, and he decides to... Oh, hits him. And then dodges. Oh, got him. Spent 6 shots on that. Didn't hit full pot every time, but enough to kill him. And that soldier, God, Jesus, good thing he has default mouse sensitivity. Otherwise, he would have died there. And then, of course, he uses the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol, so we see that he has a plan, he has a play style, and it's working. Gets a kill on that Pyro as well, up to a 3k now, and he's going to be capping the point, doing the objective. And now he can utilize his speed as a scout to just go around and do whatever. So also, the Rap Assassin is good for just doing hotshot damage. Keep in mind also, as a scout, it's kind of your duty to track down spies, which he literally did. The spy decloaked inside of him. Then he shoots this thing, and there's another spy, and... Like, how the fuck is that spy gonna be able to backstab you? You have your back against the wall. Unless they do like a super duper trick stab. Way to go, Pally. And then he goes up to the roof. Spy checks the soldier. Sees this Pyro, that is the least threatening Pyro. There's that heavy again. We'll be able to kill him a second time. Yes! So, this has got to be a great confidence booster if you as a scout. If you're able to kill a heavy twice, I mean, of course, he's using the brass piece. It's going to take a while for him to start doing that damage. But the heavy doesn't realize that. 4 health. Got to be running up. Grab this. He has the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol to be able to heal up. Should probably have used it on that soldier, but the soldier dies. _die died. As the name suggested. Healed up to full health. Nice. And then capping it again. The other team is still leading the charge. And there's that heavy again with the brass piece, the guy that is of absolutely no threat to us unless he's spun up before we engage, which so far he hasn't. And then, yeah, now he is, so does not engage that. Just run past the spy, run past you, you have an agreement. You don't kill him and he doesn't kill you. And now we're in a bit of a pickle here. But luckily, the map allows us to run around and be crazy, and he does this little run-throw thing with the Rap Assassin. Great stuff. Doing so well. Going back to spawn, grabbing this. Of course, they have no medic, obviously. But if he had, he would have been able to stay a bit more. So far, he's trying his very best. Like, why doesn't he run inside there? Well, because there's walls, there's splash, and a Pyro. So that would be a suicide. So that's what you do as a scout. You just don't go for the death traps. You can see, like, he goes in there and he's dead. As soon as he entered the point, which he was supposed to do as a scout, he just died, right? So that's one of the basics as well, like recognizing kill traps and then not going for it if you want to live. Of course, you can just go for suicide runs, like if you go in and like, I'm going to get the medic and then die, that's fine. So we're going to watch Robsan85 do some scout stuff. And we're now on the Jurassic Park map. I forget what this is called. The map that was in the update. So he uses also this weapon. He drops the med. Gonna run this area. And then, is this a death trap to you? You have literally nowhere to go before a rocket will hit you. And the rocket, up close, fun fact, does 104. Or maybe 102. But the last time I checked, 102 and 104 is more than 101, which means this soldier needs to hit Robsan once, and Robsan needs to hit him twice to kill him. And the soldier barely misses, and then he's dead. And then the soldier's dead. Which, of course, Robsan had said, like, I will go, force the soldier out in the open, and then you, sniper, eggs, you drop them. So that's also something to note. Like, don't run up to soldiers, demos, or pyros up close. Try to keep your distance and try to avoid death traps where there are walls and tight spaces, because it's hard to move around in tight spaces. That's just the basic. I'm sure you super duper pros can manage. So here we have another harvest. This is Karma's camera, who isn't submitting on Moss Rock for some reason. Jesus. Maybe this is like fake Karma's camera, because it's not playing. Anyway, we have Pyro with the least threatening weapon of all. Dragon's Fury. Not really all that scary, all things considered, because he hasn't hit him once, and then the other guy killed him. Meeting another scout, he dies, but oh, what's this? A medic named Here to Help. That's a good name. I approve of that. I think he's gonna go with this other scout. See what they can do. They do hold the advantage in the most time captured, and he's gonna go in and try and chase this demo. Can't really do it. So far, Karma's camera hasn't done shit this entire game. He has not gotten a kill. He's not done anything noteworthy. He throws the milk. It doesn't even hit. They have the capture. So soldier that did 6 damage. 26. Will he get the kill on his Pyro? Yes. Only took 5 shots. Well, that's okay, because the enemy team sucks. Therefore, everything we do is great. And then we're on the roof. So this is also a death trap, by the way, as a scout. Like, if you stay here, you're just asking, yes, this is much better. Out in the open, throws the Mad Milk on the point. The last guy we saw enter this area when there was enemies on it died almost instantly. So let's place our bets. Let's take a look and see what else we have. Oh, it's just these two. He has Mad Milk. He has got the first shot. He's gotten the drop on them. Let's see how this pans out for Karma's camera. So he kills the soldier. Wow, your aim looks really bad when I slow it down, but he hits the scout for 85. That scout's gonna die in the next hit, and he does. And then he eats a rocket and almost dies. Luckily, we have Here to Help, which is literally there to help you, bringing you back to full health, even giving you a bit of overheal, and then helping finish off this character. So also, chip damage is important, even though I've been dissing him for doing that. So you can see it is possible to go in to the point when there are enemies on it. However, if you are able to get the hit off first before they see you, you will be victorious. And there we have the least time to take a piss. Yep, you are about as scary as taking a leak. Oh, Kritzkrieg! Alright, so he didn't get that many kills, and we're super low, but he runs back. He hasn't died yet, but the enemy team is holding the point. And that's a spy that's going to be dead. And running back. Is he going to help capture? He's going to do the objective. Oh, he's going to kill. Time to take a piss. Yep. He dies again, and then just steps on the point to get the point capture. Throws the great Mad Milk. And then I don't think that spy I would ever be afraid of that spy for doing some trick stabbing. But it's good to keep your distance anyway. I mean, you never know when they're gonna throw the knife at your face and then you're back somehow miraculously.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
30 seconds left. And I mean, when you have a good team that is just killing all of the guys, it's easy to just keep winning, which is exactly what happens. So far, he's just been doing basic scout stuff, and like going this close to a soldier could work because the soldier didn't really hit them. And then they win. Karma's camera is without fragger. Whoop, all is well, that ends well. Cool. So, coming up next, it's going to be our favorite boy on our favorite map. It is Karma's camera on Moss Rock. So in this one, he's going to be a bit more picky with his battles. And I'm also going to talk a bit about the different unlocks for the scouts. So gates are about to open. Here we go. So he decides to not run out of the gate right away. He's just going to go and have this demo man in front of him, just checking the corner, see if anyone else is there. And then someone was in the corner. Oh, there he is. And he has the soda pop, or the force of nature, excuse me, which is really scary up close if either of them could aim. And we can see that Karma's camera is just taking his time, and then going out, not taking damage. When he's ready, goes back in. So, goes around, decides to do this. So here, this is great. So now he has used his speed to go around on the flank, and if people are now standing in the back here, he will be close to them, and you can see they're busy with the people that's in front of them. So this sniper running a huntsman is a fucking idiot. Idiots, they— Holy shit! Whoa, Carmel, that was close. That could have ended badly if that sniper knew how to aim. Because, wow, you should have killed him before he ended up around there. So a nice little throw there with the Mad Milk. If they come on to the point, he will be able to heal with the rest of his team. And he also uses his speed to run out of there to not get hit by any flames. And then we're going to see something good. Here he goes over to see what they have. He sees a spy, and then he's like, yeah, there was 3 dudes there. I'm not going to engage. This spy is awful. We're just going to run around. Maybe waste their time. Try to prevent them from going on the point. Hello. Okay, so we're now in a position where the enemy is on the high ground. We're in tight space where we can't really dodge. There's 2 splash classes and a sniper. What do we do here as a scout? And the answer is run. So let's see what Karma's camera does. He gets hit by a rocket or a pipe or something, and then he's like, well, I'm out, and then he leaves. If the soldiers knew how to properly shoot a rocket, he died. And here's the thing about Demo Knights. They are free kills, basically, especially when they just stop shooting. So then we gotta keep on running here. Hit the scout first, do a reload, hit him again, and then we decide to just capture. So that's gonna bring the attention to you. So there's another scout, so he just gives him the point for free. There's a sniper, and now his team comes. So this is a great position for him to be in. Gonna take the sniper that would have maybe taken out the heavy, who knows? And there's that scout that we killed earlier on, so we know that we can take him. There's splash classes on the point, so if you stand on the point, we will get splashed. And then so he runs up and he's like, Pyro, soldier on the point. Nope, I am not going to engage. I'm just going to stay here and do some pot shots while the big boys come in. And we do kill the Pyro, and then pick up a health back. And then we go in for the capture. Dillman doesn't know the forward button. And there's a scout harassing, and we almost have that capture. Almost have the capture. And there we go, victory! So, despite Karma's camera not like being actively super capping on the point, he made a lot of the right calls. He didn't engage in death traps. He survived. He got kills. He positioned himself properly to not take too much damage when he did get hit by the Pyro. But he also timed that correctly with health packs, because health packs is a great help for you as a scout because you're fast and you can grab them. Cool. So coming up next is going to be a very special boy on a very special map. It's going to be Karma's camera on Moss Rock. So, but this time he's defending, and I'm just going to show this one very quickly. And he's actually using a great loadout here, because Scout Basics, of course, is not just about use stock. It's about using a loadout you're happy with and feel comfortable using, and you know how to use it. If there's one thing that I get mad about is people using unlocks, but then not using the unlocks properties at all. So here he is actually taking some damage. Goes and grabs this. And he throws the Mad Milk, and then he decides that, man, Phlogistonator Pyro, that crits close range, I'm gonna be close to that dude. Because he was on your team, obviously. Jesus, HiGPS, don't you know anything? Shoot the blues. So then he runs over here, does some pot shot damage, and there's a health back in the corner, grabs that. The enemy team is struggling, pushing out of spawn because they are not working as a team, or maybe not just holding the W button. Here comes another scout. Okay, so we're not going to do that. It's a 2-in-1 situation, and we just back out of there. This camera going around. Oh, we're burning. Why is he holding this weapon? Well, that is because this weapon gives you 25% fire resistance while deployed. So we'll see exactly how that plays in. So he runs back here, and then he's like, all right, cool, and grab this. And he gets hit by a couple of times. Oh! 3 freaking health. 3 freaking health. If he would have had any other melee unlock than the sun on a stick, and he hadn't been able to extinguish himself in that situation, he would have been dead. But he's alive. And then he stays alive for a bit longer, and he just keeps doing what he did in the first life. But that is great scout basics. So, since I mentioned the loadout, I'll just go over quickly the different weapons. So overall, the stock scattergun is your go-to weapon pretty much for the most of the time. If your name is Christian Munn, you wouldn't want to be a giant pain in the ass and do tons of crazy trick shots with Scout, I would recommend using this one. If you are the type that just kind of want to stay in battle and just don't leave and just keep doing damage, you should use the Soda Popper, because the Soda Popper has the highest DPS out of all the scatter guns, because you do bam bam, reload, bam bam, reload, bam bam. But in order to capitalize on that, you can't run away. While as the scatter gun, you can have more tactical retreats and have more tactical downtimes than the other ones. And if you want to use the Babyface's Blaster or the Shortstop, you are stupid because they suck. Don't use them. Right, so that was a couple from Karma's camera, a couple of different ones. So let's move on to the next guy, who's going to be our special guy on a special map, and his name is 8, and the map is going to be CP Process. So 5 CP is probably the map where it's easiest to excel as a scout, because it has a lot of open spaces, corridors for you to go on, flanks to take, and stuff like that. So we're gonna see him going to the middle point here, jumping on this rock. Oh, the trick jumps. It's this as well, and then kills that scout. They have a medic, but he's not here, and he's like, oh fuck, I missed this. Oh, rookie mistake. And then he gets hit instantly, and we heard there was a sentry, but I'm not sure he heard it. And then he runs into a sniper and dies. Was that the end of the demo? No, because it didn't count. We're just gonna fast forward to the next slide. Here we go. So his team was able to capture the middle, and then they're now gonna go on attack. And there's a sentry, and what can you do as a scout about a sentry in a location like this? So if we go in here and we take a look, there was a sentry here, and there's probably a dispenser. Yeah, there's a dispenser. You can see some heal stuff here, and probably some other guys as well. What can you do about this as a scout? Absolutely fucking nothing. No, it's impossible. You can't deal. So he just decides like, whoop, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna run past the soldier, kill him, and then grab the health back, and then go back in and kill the sniper. Of course, sniper running with SMGs are about as threatening as a medic running the Blutsauger. So that's cool. 8 here, gonna be killing this scout eventually, and then here. Okay, so let's. Oh, so there's a spy. All right, so here he could potentially do some
teamwork
with the spy, because the spy had the sapper ready. But there's 3 level. Well, there's 1 level 2 and 2 level 3s, and soon to be 3 level 3s. So that means most of their team is going to be in that area, which means that their second point is going to be completely unguarded, which means that at any point in time we can just go and capture it. And he doesn't do that. He decides to go for this engineer instead. He's doing a lot of the unnecessary flicks that I see a lot of scouts do, and they're like, flick, miss, flick, miss, flick, miss. I keep flicking, I keep missing. And then he decides to go for the medic, and then here would be a great time to switch to your melee weapon if your melee weapon wasn't the Rap Assassin. That would have been great there, and there's the medic that almost got away, and he's zoning him and switching, and now just normal bat would have been great, but he kills him anyway. Had a little friend from his Pyro dude, bro. Picks up the health back once again, hasn't gotten a single drop of heal from his medic. The soldier with the Liberty Launcher is about as scary as a Dragon's Fury Pyro. And then of course, his team captures the Spire without him really doing much, and then they just go in and there's a sentry, and fuck, we can't deal. So then we decide to use our speed and to go around the other way where the sentry isn't, and to shoot against the engineer, so as a teleporter going in there. And now we're not going to shoot the sniper because he could have probably killed us. We're just going to shoot him twice. There we go, perfect zoning. Signing thing, there's the mini sentry. Shit. Still alive for some reason, and still battling on. Killing him as well. Reload this, reload that, reload everything, and do you think they still have a bunch of sentries? Yep! They have everything they need just there. So, you know what they can do? Just stay there, okay? That's 3 guys not defending last, okay? They're defending our Spire.
What?
So just like, unexperienced players would be like, we can't let them have 3 sentries there. But that means there's not 3 sentries protecting their last. So that means that we can just at any point in time just go and get it. I'm not sure how many engineers they have, but you can see it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty scarce defense, right? And oh no, a spy! Oh, is he gonna trick stab me? Can't do that when you're dead. 8, 15 kills. Winner of the round. Pretty good stuff. And I see people in the chat, just cap for fuck's sake. And my thoughts exactly. This could have ended a lot quicker. So, coming up next is our very special boy on a very special map. It's going to be My Family is Fucking Dead, and the map is Payload Upward. And he's using the soda popper, and he's looking poppin' with that hairstyle. Yellow is better than lime. And he has to be very much stay in the zone and not run away too much. But like when you're dying and stuff, like what I mean by running away is that you run away when you have to reload. But in this case, you just kind of stay in the battle. You can see he goes in, kills his engineer, reloads, half health. Like if you're in the red and you're taking damage as a scout and you don't have like a medic healing you, retreating like this is fine because your job is to make sure the cart doesn't go forward. Doesn't go forward, you can do whatever. And that's what he does. He moves forward a little bit, sees a soldier, and we can dance around him if we zone him properly. And we go back, we want to have that full health because the medic isn't here to sustain us all that much. But here's a great position to be in, except for the sniper. Run right into that soldier, jump in the air, take some damage, and then run away. But there's a medic, and good thing we healed those 12 health with that health back. Of course, the job is to track down spies. Got him.
Predictable.
Then we're just defending. There's a heavy there. Let's see, there was someone here. Oh, there's mini sentry. Okay, so we jump over here. So, are we gonna get the health back? Yep. Go and grab that. Jump back up. We haven't gotten our hype yet, but just a few more shots. Yep, we got it. Crit kills the sniper. And My Family is Fucking Dead moat.gg. Runs into a pyro that misses him point blank. This pyro is now on the not threat list, and then we pop this thing and we use it to just jump around over demos. It's so good against soldiers and demos. They get so upset if you use it properly and not get hit and be unpredictable with your strafing. And then he kills a soldier up on a 5-kill streak. The cart has moved forward, but it hasn't been capped yet, so I will let this slide for now. Right now, I would have loved him to just go forward and flank, and that's exactly what he does. Goes around, sees a heavy, throws the mad milk, then runs into his face. The heavy turns, he uses the wall for cover, using his speed to not get hit, and then reload and shoot him. Plap, plap, blap, blap. Gonna blap, blap that pow, my jiggy dog. Yeah, motherfucker. Get him in good, and then jumping around the soldier. Now he has overheal, and you can see that he knows that he has overheal. He can just stay here and bully this soldier all day long, and this sniper with Huntsman. You're not scary, you're stupid. Oh, a direct hit? More like direct shit, am I right? You can't hit it, you're dead too, and we're gonna win. Victory! My Family is fucking dead. Not even in top 3, Scrub Lord, get good. So, next up, we're gonna go and look at Amadeus, who is not gonna be doing the scout basics that I said, despite him maybe maining scout. At least in the demos that he sent me. So he just died from a level 3 sentry. This is Badwater, and he's running just stomp. So first off, he doesn't get assist on it because everybody wanted a piece of that fat, heavy ass kill. There's a sentry there that's being wrangled. You can pass. He eats a rocket. Decides to spy check a little bit. So right now, his job is to capture the payload and make sure that the payload stays safe. So that's exactly what he does. Keep moving forward. There you go. Demo Knight, of course, not threatening at all. It's basically a free kill. And then he decides to just push it by himself. Times 3 is, of course, max. A lot of scouts are just signed to cart duty, but right here there's really nothing else to do. So here he's being a fucking pussy because there is a pyro in front of you, which means you just stay behind the pyro. He will take the damage, and then the pyro dies. And then there's a fat scout, which is absolutely not threatening. You can kill him in 3 hits. If you so desire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. That's 2 more than I anticipated, but you were pretty far away. Anyway, there's a Demo Knight. Another free kill. Scary? I don't think so. And then there's a pyro. I'm just going to keep moving that. There's a medic there. And the pyro. Oh, the pop crits. Man, if only we just ran faster than the pyro, like, forever. That would have been an issue, but it's not. Could have been an issue if the soldier shot a rocket on the pyro reflected, because keep in mind, crits Krieged flamethrower reflects a rocket, it becomes a crit. Not just a mini crit. And then we see that fat booty. And the heavy was like, what was that? And then he decides to go for it, but Amadeus heals himself up with this. So far, he has used his speed to just push the payload and run around and not really accomplish too much. this spy is probably gonna get away, and then Amadeus goes into spawn and does the loadout switcheroo. His team captures. We're gonna go forward. Amadeus wasn't really part of that. And then we have the medic here who's going to die. Yes, and there's a pyro, and there's a bunch of other stuff. And here, I would really have loved for him to just push the payload and hide behind the cart. But there's a sniper on the other team called MS, and he's killing everybody. And then he killed our soldier, and he's like, all right, he hasn't even looked around the corner, all right? You don't know what's there. Maybe somebody called it, but I've turned voice chat on, so we didn't hear it. But as a scout, you know, we should scout a little bit, so that means check corners. So right now, Amadeus has no idea of what is hiding around that bend. So if we go up on the roof here and look down, we will be very much surprised at whatever we find. So this soldier is weak, and then he dies to the Pyro's afterburn. The other sniper killing another guy, and now we are using our speed to stand almost still. Use speed effectively. So we run around and we see that, okay, there's a sentry and there's a sniper. That's the sniper that keeps killing everyone. So right here, we can't really do much. If Amadeus goes down, he dies. If he tries, what he can do, he can flank, or he can stay around here like an idiot. And he's gonna run around here like an idiot because he doesn't really have much else to do. So we have the greatest speed in the game. We can't really go anywhere, and there's a heavy shit. And he just hides behind here, and man, then he remembers, oh yeah, I can shoot him, cool. And then it jumps out and boom, kills him, and then go around. So now would be a great time to just go around and just touch the payload, move it a little bit. That's what I would have done. And there's a soldier up there, and he tries to run away, and he gets dropped as well. So 4 guys for red team are dead. 6 guys for red team are dead. Only 1 for ours. That means that we can push the payload at any point in time. But Amadeus is like, no, I'm gonna keep flanking and staying here because this is the most strategical thing to do. We're gonna kill. Fuck. We're gonna kill this medic. We're gonna Pyro. Shit. Luckily for me, I will grab the health pack, which isn't here. Fuck. Well, that went well. So while he didn't necessarily do anything badly, I would say that being at the top of the roof there and mainly being stationary, not really accomplishing anything. Like, one thing would have been if he just used the pistol and stayed on the roof and just keep pestering and prodding whoever. Like, maybe you get a random crit or something. But I would have liked him to just keep running around through the car, just checking the perimeters. Maybe he would catch a spy or someone overextending or something. But in a spot like that, like playing soldier would probably been the best bet if you were to switch. So that was all the user-submitted ones. That is pretty cool. So now we're going to look at me, who I recorded this today for not having played TF2 for a while, because there hasn't been a show for a while because I've been playing and doing other stuff. So this is like the first game. So I decided to play 5CP because Harvest and Payload were greatly featured. They're mostly just Harvest and more Harvest. So as a scout, it's important that you chase spies and you keep it in the back of your head, right? So we kill, and then I run into a spy. So first off, my spy tracking here is very, very bad. So he gets away, right? That happens. But I know that, like, if I was a spy and I got away, where would I be? Well, I wouldn't be on my side. I would be on the enemy side. So from that, we can deduce that the spy is going to be somewhere in the back line of where I'm facing. And also, we have a prime target. We have a medic. So now it's important to pay attention to the medic and make sure nobody sneaks up on him. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just staying around looking for, and that Pyro looks very suspicious, considering our Pyro is at half health and he wasn't, so that was probably the spy. Then we look around. Is there any more? I have some stuff up there. You'll definitely notice this if you ever played Spy and you play against some really good scouts, and there's another spy, is that most scouts that are really good have really amazing spy tracking, and they will kill you because they know how far you can run. Right, especially if you're using the dead ringer, they know how long the dead ringer lasts before you have to decloak. And of course, you run into a sentry and then you fucking die because you're a scout. Sentries are good against you. Cool. So this next one is just showcasing you that you can still make the best out of a bad situation where you get absolutely screwed and you just decide to go for a swap. And what I mean by a swap is that you kill someone and then you die yourself. You go for a 1-for-1, which is better than going 0-for-1. The 0-for-1 is where you kill nobody and you die. So we push them to their last point here. And I'm just looking to go in. We have a demo knight here. Ooh, it's scary, I know. And then they also have a sentry on the ground and jump over. And this sniper has actually been killing our heavies for a little bit. So I sound like, I want you dead. And then I go down and I fuck your 100 metal and then I die. And that was it. That was like a decent trade because, well, like it's decent for what I was able to do. I jumped up like an idiot because I tried to go the other ways before, but the sentry below ground would kill me constantly. So in that game, I just ended up going Demo Man, and then the medic didn't heal me, and then someone else pushed in and capped. So I wasn't the MVP there. So we'll also show you the last one, which of course is to do the objective, which I talked about, now using Boss and Basher to just heal up the medic. And stuff like that. And then we kill this guy, and we see that this demo has sticks all over the point. So we just decide to go for him. Hit him once with this. And then he bleeds to death, and we shoot these guys, and then it's like, well, I am fucking screwed. But the bombs are gone, and there's a minion on the point, so I am just gonna go and stand on the point and capture for as long as I can. You can see this last point captures pretty quickly, and then I die. Normally this is where the demo would have ended. But look at what happens next. You'll never believe what happens next. So you can see that my team just kind of attacks whenever. And then they cap a little bit, and then we win. So, for you scouts out there, it's important that even though you will die pushing the objective, you will push it at twice the speed of everyone else, and that goes for payload and everything, and just touching it and then dying is better than staying on the fucking roof doing nothing, Amadeus. Not to name drop anyone but him. But overall, there was a good selection of demos for today. So we will do all the classes, like basics of every class. We will do them in the proper order as well. So next week, I think, yes, we will do the basic soldier stuff and just play soldier with whatever loadout you are comfortable with and just do what you think are the soldier basics, and we will see. And also rocket jumping is optional. So even if you're not good at rocket jumping or you don't rocket jump a lot, just show us your stuff and we'll show it here, even if it's good or bad. It's all about doing the basics. It's not about doing the good stuff. Cool. Raffle link is in the description below as usual. And thank you guys for watching, and thanks to everybody who submitted. You are good dudes.